At the end of our programs, we always ask for people's takeaways. And the takeaway we get the most from strategic planning training for leaders is, I cannot believe how easy it was to do strategic planning this way. People talk about how the bite-sized chunks of learning and applying make it easy to do the strategic planning process without it becoming an overwhelming project. And they're always excited to end with a clear direction and a map to help them reach their most important goals. Strategic planning training for leaders. Who's it for and what makes it unique from our other programs? This is a live 10-week virtual program that teaches contemporary approaches to strategic planning as you build your strategic action plan. Each week, you'll complete online learning, usually in the form of short videos, and attend a 1-hour live class. The online learning is where you learn concepts, and the live class is where we talk about and work on application. Most weeks, you have a little bit of application homework to wrap up after class. Depending on your needs, you will lead meetings with staff and key stakeholders 1 to 4 times during the program. Classes are recorded in case you miss one, and we offer weekly office hours with your instructor where you can get some extra one-on-one support. Most students average 2 to 4 hours per week to complete the program. Let me comment on the amount of time quickly. If you feel like that's a big time commitment, I want to remind you that most facilitated strategic planning events actually take 6 to 12 months to complete. A 2-day retreat that people attend is not the whole process. And if it is, then you aren't doing the full process, the proper assessment, nor are you preparing for execution adequately. We have multiple articles on our blog breaking down some of the myths about planning retreats and the time that it takes to build a plan that doesn't actually sit on a shelf. With this training, you aren't just building your plan. You're learning a process and developing skills that will save you time and money planning in the future. And frankly, you'll learn a lot of skills that you can repurpose into other types of planning activities. In addition to learning and applying the fundamentals of strategic planning, you'll also learn adaptations for specific sectors and specialties. So whether you are a for-profit, a nonprofit, or a public agency or institution, you'll learn specific planning adaptations to fit your business environment. And because of our background with natural and cultural resource and heritage stewards and interpretation, we offer planning adaptations specific to those specialties. The program is a cohort model where you'll learn alongside and from other leaders. We also offer this program as a private cohort for organizations who want multiple leaders to go through the process. For example, a nationwide organization that has sites in states across the country, or a nonprofit association that serves nonprofits statewide, can opt for a private cohort for their community. And sometimes multiple people from the same team take the training together, which is a great option for highly collaborative teams that also have the capacity to do so. This is a great training for leaders of any size of organization to develop their process expertise, but it was created with leaders of small teams or organizations in mind, because small teams don't typically have the capacity to pull together full planning teams for the process. Obviously, staff and stakeholder engagement in the process is critical for the success of any strategic planning process, and you'll learn how to do that effectively without unreasonable demands on people's time and energy. The leader or person taking the program is the one doing strategic planning with the input they get from their team and key stakeholders. You'll learn how to engage folks in the assessment process, the ideation and direction setting process, and bring them in to validate or course correct before you make any commitments, without the time commitment a full planning team would require. At the end of strategic planning training for leaders, you will have a plan, and that alone is huge for a lot of people. But you'll also have a whole new toolkit. You'll have clarity and direction and clear priorities, and you'll have confidence in your ability to lead people in your vision for the future and lead people through a strategic planning process again. Strategic planning won't have to be an event for you anymore. It will be one of your most effective tools. What can you do now? If you're ready to learn more, we do require that everyone interested in this program speaks with an instructor before registering. The program isn't right for everyone, and we want to make sure it's actually a fit for you and that your likelihood of success is high. So schedule time to talk with one of our instructors. We can help you decide if it's a good fit and share some details about the next cohort and costs. If you are a bigger team or are hoping to help various people with strategic planning, you may want to check out our Strategic Planning Facilitators training. And if you want to discuss a private option, the best thing to do is send us an email and set up a time to chat. We do offer private trainings for teams instead of cohorts, and we do have very limited facilitation and consulting slots for complex situations or organizations that need hands-on in the weeds sort of support. If you're still musing about your options, check out our blog, our YouTube channel, and follow us on socials. We have a ton of free mini lessons, advice, and tips that you can pick up there.